What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is Chapter 31 of The Crown of Swords from the Wheel of Time, an audiobook reaction. We do one of these a month, and mostly
now.
because the full-length thing goes up over on Patreon. Patreon.com/nerdynightly, where you can listen to the whole thing. You have to have the audiobook, you have to sync it up for yourself.
Yes, we are not plagiarizing content and posting it other places.
Yes.
It is just our reaction.
We are trying to do art ethically. Content. They make the art, we make the content.
Our reaction, such art.
Such art. Let's dive into this. This is Mashiara, chapter 31.
Okay, do you know where this is going? I don't even know who's in this chapter. I didn't look. Did you look?
No. But all I know is that I hope that it follows. So the end of chapter 30, spoilers, but you're about to watch us listen to chapter 31.
Yeah, you know that.
Gideon just fired balefire at a boat by accident.
Not by accident, but like...
Well, no, but she was aiming at Brigitte, and she accidentally hit a boat.
She was aiming at Brigitte?
Yeah, that's the woman that she saw. She's trying to balefire Brigitte. And she missed Brigitte, and she hit a boat.
I didn't realize
I think it was
Brigitte. I thought she saw somebody. I don't know. Anyways, this section has been wild. Book club is going to be very long on Friday, so buckle up, bring snacks and water so you can hydrate.
All right, this is it, chapter 31.
Chapter 31, Mashiara.
Mashiara.
As the boat swept away from the landing, Nynaeve tossed her mask down beside her on the cushioned bench.
He's Nynaeve
at nothing,
on the boat
at everything,
that gets balefire?
Listening to the... If it isn't the weather, Nynaeve, she mimicked, then you should be the one to go. Elaine just thought putting up with any amount of nonsense from Marililla would be preferable.
Marililla.
We will learn of this trouble when we learn, Nynaeve Almira. Perhaps I will learn something watching Jakim Cardine today.
Nynaeve is...
Jakim?
Oh, Jakim.
Jakim?
Nynaeve is 12 years old.
Yes.
A day standing in a hot street jostled by crowds was not amusing.
I am not amused.
Oh, blood and ashes.
Oh, bother.
And drummed her heels against the front of the bench in righteous outrage.
She is 12 years old. She's there going...
Yep.
She tried to concentrate on her clothes. She was not fixated on clothes, the way Elaine sometimes seemed to be, but...
Incorrect. Fake news.
I think this is so childish and silly because Robert Jordan wants us to get us out of the mindset of this boat is about to be balefired.
Perhaps that should have been higher to be taken seriously.
If I hear about one woman's neckline, I
love that there's only 3 different materials in Lan. It's silk, it's lace, and it's wool.
Yeah.
Nynaeve Almira did not go changing herself for anyone.
That's true.
She wears a lot of blue and green for Lan.
That's not changing yourself, though. That's just... I wear a lot of nothing for you, so...
True.
Nynaeve had asked to borrow that pretty roses and thorns ivory bracelet that the Aiel woman never wore. Surprisingly, Avienda had snatched it to her bosom as if it was her most precious possession.
I like her being like, I'm not going to wear this bracelet until you have one too, Elaine.
Yeah.
There was something odd going on there. And if she had not known those two were too sensible for such nonsense, she would have suspected a man at the root of it.
Oh, yeah. Nynaeve is...
Suddenly she felt waves of Sidar almost atop her in huge amounts, and she floundered in salty water over her head, flailing upward to find air, tangled in her skirts, flailing.
Whoa.
And she gasped for breath amid floating cushions, staring in astonishment.
Does Nynaeve know how to swim?
She was inside a trapped pocket of air. Not large.
Oh my god.
An audible thud announced the bottom of the river.
What?
She thought the air pocket shrank a little. She knew how to swim.
Sensible.
It was just when the water started rocking about her that she minded.
Fair.
It might help to shed the dress, but she was not about to bob to the surface of the river in nothing but shift and stockings and jewels. She was not about to leave those behind either.
You have magic. You have literal magic.
Yeah.
Lightless. Her outstretched fingers struck wood.
I bet they did.
On the edge of that, and found a hinge.
Her outstretched fingers struck wood is my favorite quote from 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes, the latch handle. The door moved maybe 2 inches and stopped.
This scene is going to be great on the show. Mm-hmm. This will be fun.
I will not die here, she muttered. She hammered a fist against the seat until she felt it bruise, fighting for the anger that would allow her to channel. She kept trying to reach for Saidar, but without any belief that she would touch it now.
She's gonna break her block.
No hope.
Finally.
No, Lan's about to kick the door in and save her.
Flickering on the edge of consciousness like a guttering candle flame, she did something she had never done before in her life. She surrendered completely.
Thank you, Moghedien.
Bursting. In rushing bubbles of air, she drifted up, out through the hole in the hull into darkness.
Cool. If only the Aes Sedai Saladar had tried to, just drown her. They could have...
Pretty sure she was waterboarded.
Something tugged on her braid, then again, and she was being towed somewhere. Abruptly, her head broke surface. Hands encircled her from behind. Hands, not a shark after all.
A shark?
She coughed. Water spewed from her nose.
Nynaeve has seen Jaws too many times.
And drew a shuddering breath.
Oh, that would be hilarious if a shark grabbed her by the braid.
On unsteady hands and knees, she stared blankly at a sword and boots and... She opened her mouth and emptied herself of the river Elbar.
I had a rough night last night, and that just...
It would not have surprised her at all to see a few fish, or her slippers.
Nemo and Marlin come out.
My lord is all right? Forget me, man, said a deep voice. Get something to wrap around the lady. Lan's voice.
Ow!
This was a nightmare. Not now. Not like this.
He found her 15 feet underwater. God damn it.
Without thought, she embraced Saidar and channeled. Water fell away from her clothes, her hair, in a rush.
I woke up like this.
Scrambling to her feet, she hurriedly pulled her necklace aright and did her best to straighten her dress and hair.
But she doesn't worry about what she looks like. Not like Elaine.
No.
And a number of creases that would require a knowledgeable hand with a hot iron to remove.
Elaine's got a hot iron for her.
All right, you are on timeout.
She spun around before he could come on her from behind and...
Because I don't...
They're just flirting. She just described him. You can read what he was wearing later. Oh my god.
Wow.
I see why people wanted us to react to this chapter.
This one. Well played. Well played.
His strong nose, his firm lips, his ears.
God damn.
Her tongue seemed to have a life of its own, too. You really are here? Somebody giggled. Not her.
Holy fuck.
It isn't a dream. Oh, Light, you're here.
Oh my god, I hate this.
If Mandarb hadn't lost a shoe, I would have been here yesterday.
Oh.
She did not giggle.
I was not ready for...
No.
She turned before he came on her from behind.
Sorry.
And she hustled Lan and his sword and the rest inside and slammed it behind them. Mirella holds my bond now, he said quietly. She is lending me to you until you find a warder of your own. She slapped his face as hard as she could swing.
Yeah, of course she did. What the fuck, Lan?
So she freed the other hand and slapped him harder with that.
Good.
What defense could he offer?
The truth? He didn't have a choice. It was against his...
Yeah.
Grimly, she clenched a fist and punched him in the belly with all her might. He grunted, slightly.
But Nynaeve isn't violent.
No, never.
He had no right being that hard.
Stop it!
That's not my fault.
He might as well not have been bent over with his neck craned.
Why?
I thought about not telling you, but you have a right to know. As he continued, her arms snaked around herself, but he only straightened and went on relating this horror without so much as a flinch. When it's done, she will have a year or more of pain, and I will still be dead. You are spared that. My last gift to you, Mashiara.
He's leaving out that one bit of it. That Mirella's going to pass that bond.
Yeah. Because he doesn't believe he'll live.
Yeah, I know, but he will.
I waited and wished with Moiraine. I won't with Mirella. She is going to give me your bond. Mirella would if she had to drag the woman to Tar Valon and back by her hair. For that matter, she might drag her just for the principle of it. In the Two Rivers, Lan, when somebody gives another a ring, they are betrothed. That was a lie. Besides, she had read about the notion in a story. We are going to be married today.
What?
You know why it can't be, Nynaeve. And even if it could, Mirella... She embraced Saidar and stuffed a gag of air into his mouth. When she got hold of Mirella, though... Opals
insane.
Pressed hard into her palm, and her hand leaped from her braid as if burned.
I'm so glad I'm not Mirella. Oh my god, that poor woman. She doesn't know what's coming her way.
I would appreciate it very much if you did not mention Mirella's name again in my presence. Do you understand?
Wives and other women.
Naming no names, Nynaeve, you know she's aware of everything I feel through the bond. If we were man and wife... Is there any way to make sure she knows it is me? She said finally. Light, Nynaeve. You are a hawk. I do wish it could be, Nynaeve, but it can and will, she broke in.
Yeah, 7 books in and it's a smut novel.
But he was softer than the unpadded benches on this boat. Well, no harder than the benches anyway.
Ah! God damn it!
You will be my warder and my husband, and for a very long time. I will not let you die. Do you understand that? I told them to put us ashore as soon as I had you aboard, Lan said. It seemed best to get off the river as fast as possible. You? She clamped her teeth shut. He had not known where she was headed or why. He had done the best he could with what he did know, and he had saved her life.
I guess there's that.
I guess.
Oh my god. Robert Jordan has never been hornier than he was when he was writing this chapter.
Agreed.
I saw what happened. You were 50 paces ahead of me and then 50 paces behind, sinking. It had to be balefire. Moghedien, she breathed. Well, she had beaten Moghedien not once, but twice. She could do so a third time if necessary.
Go girl.
If you have to face Moghedien, I'll make sure you are angry enough to channel. You'll never make me angry again, she began.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's what marriage is, Nynaeve. It's getting over little angers.
I am not angry, Lan, she whispered. Your block is gone. Lan, will you turn the boatmen around? Tell them to row for all they have. And find out if one of them has such a thing as a comb. She could not face Nesta like this.
Fair.
As you command, Aes Sedai. Laughing at her, was he? She would wager someone on Windrunner could perform a marriage. They would see who laughed then.
Jesus Christ.
This was going to be a wonderful day yet, if only she could stop feeling that storm was on the way. The sun sat luridly just above the rooftops by the time Elaine rapped on the door with her knuckles.
POV change.
A costume like Brigitta's might have been fun.
Brigitta's!
Brigitte.
What is your name? Elaine asked, as everyone crowded into the entry hall behind her.
What is it?
Sidora. You will take us to Rihanna, Sidora.
Another S name?
She thought Sidora was more frightened than hurt, and everybody was to be at least a little frightened this evening.
I didn't understand they were at the house.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The door to the room where Nynaeve and she had had that unfortunate interview. She opened it and went in. Rihanna was there, seated with the fireplace.
She under her umbrella. Ella. A.
No.
Rihanna bounded to her feet in the same red-faced fury Sidora had shown, and her first words were almost identical as well. You! How dare you show your face! Elaine felt a great desire to shout, "Boo!" just to see what would happen. She wobbled across the floor tiles to Marililla and sank to her knees, head bowed. Forgive us, Aes Sedai. Her voice was worshipful, and only a little steadier than her knees had been. She babbled, in fact. We are only a few friends.
She's about to be like, no. Elaine?
To bring discredit to Aes Sedai. I swear that, whatever this girl has told you. Whatever you wish we will do, I swear we...
Don't offer up information until you know what the situation is.
I fear you must address yourself to Elaine Sedai, Rihanna. Rihanna's head jerked up in a most satisfactory way. Then by slow increments turned eyes as big as her face to Elaine. Do you still deny knowledge of the Bowl of the Winds, Rihanna? We are just these few friends, you see. Just these few friends, Elaine said dryly. And Garinia, of course. And Barrowen, and Derice, and Elise. No one will destroy you, Elaine told her. Cariana, since nobody else is going to help those two, would you, please?
I like strong and in charge Elaine.
Me too.
This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Avienda's a good influence on her.
The Amerlin seat desires every woman who can channel to be connected to the tower, Elaine went on. The offer is open to any of the kin who wish to accept. They will let us learn. They will teach us again? A deluge of painfully eager voices.
I don't think that's what it means.
What do you mean?
I think that they're like, and we'll see.
No, Egwene rounded up everyone no matter their age as long as they could channel, right?
That's true.
Elaine still was minded of nothing so much as a group of novices having a pillow fight after last had told when the mistress of novices walked in.
A pillow?
Robert Jordan loves 90s teen comedies.
Apparently.
If we win it back.
Those who can learn to become Aes Sedai will have the chance, and there will be a place for all. Rihanna, how many of you will we be taking in?
How many?
260.
400.
There are 1,783 names on the roll.
This chapter is wild!
2,000 wilders. Light help us.
No wonder Mazrim Tame is such an easy job finding guys who can channel.
Yeah.
You can't swing a sack of squirrels without hitting a frickin' channeler in Randland.
Seriously.
Accidents do take some every year, or natural deaths, as with everyone else.
Well, people die.
There were nearly twice as many kinswomen as there were Aes Sedai. Egwene could never say she had not done her part to bring women who could channel to the tower. But if the kin refused wilders...
Yeah, how many wilders are still out there and alive?
Do you think perhaps you might happen to recall where the Bowl of the Winds is now? Below stairs a woman channeled briefly. Someone screamed in purest terror.
No!
That must have been Darice, Rihanna said. She's the only other one here. We will handle this, Rihanna. The door opened before Birgitte could lift the latch. Matt sauntered in. I thought you might be here. I've just come back from following a woman to the Rahad, to the top floor of a house with nobody living on it, to be precise. There's a flaming big rusted lock on the door, but I'll bet 1,000 crowns to a kick in the bottom your bold is behind it. Will one of you tell this wildcat watchdog whose side I'm on? Women with knives make me uneasy these days. Opening her mouth was one of the most difficult things Elaine had ever done. I must thank you, though, Matt. It is entirely due to you that we have found what we were looking for. His gaping astonishment was almost worth the agony. Then let's hire a boat and fetch this bloody bowl. With any luck, we can leave Ebudar tonight. We are not crawling about the Rahad in the dark, and we are not leaving Ebudar until we have used the bowl.
It's not going to be there when they get there.
No, because...
McGideon's going to get there first.
One of the other two Black Aja are around.
Yeah. And they've been torturing members of the kin.
Rihanna, if you don't mind telling me, how old are you? My next naming day, Rihanna said, will be my 412th. Marililla fainted dead away.
Oh, you're going to love to talk about that on...
412? She's been around since... She's like, yeah, I dated Archer Hawkwing for a bit, and then...
No,
I know.
But also...
Tune into Book Club and find out why I have a problem with that.
Yes.
We're going to have a long conversation tomorrow about how I think that a series that revolves so much around how knowledge is lost over time starts to get a little bit difficult when characters live as long as they do. But that is a story for tomorrow, Book Club. That's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday the 30th? Yeah. Here on youtube.com/nerdynightly. Clarus. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know. We're going to have to spend an hour on Friday talking about how Nynaeve turned before he could come on her from behind.
I'm so upset with you.
Why are you upset with me? I didn't fucking write the book.
You made it so much worse because it was funny and you just lost it. I cannot.
How is that my fault?
All your fault.
How? Is that my fault?
That was the horniest thing I'd ever listened to.
And then, like, he was too hard.
I know.
Or no, she was mad at him for being so hard.
Yeah.
And then she's like, he's not as hard as the bench. Well, almost as hard as the bench.
Oh my God.
Like, Robert Jordan.
Yeah.
You horny, horny man.
Yeah.
And it's not even like it's not like it's like so far from being a horny scene that we're adding that in. Like, the scene itself is kind of like, she's like, literally brings up marrying him, and then he's like, oh yeah, but you know, if we bone down, like, Morel's gonna feel it.
Yeah. Just
will
as long
she know
as she
that
knows
it's me?
Like, fucking hell. Honestly, Nynaeve, get it. Yeah, book club is gonna be long on Friday. This is wild. God, being in Nynaeve's head, reading it is one thing, and then like listening to it, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
She's something.
Yeah.
She is.
It's a lot.
Something.
She keeps. I'm like, Nynaeve, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then I'm like, oh God, Nynaeve, and then I'm like, oh no, okay, I'm like, fuck off, Nynaeve, like, but she got rid of her block, so.
But we also have Marilla.
God, I cannot.
It's hard to listen to her name. It's hard to read it, but it's hard to listen to it.
It feels like my brain skips.
Yeah, I like this chapter. It was fun. It was a lot. But we're going to talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
This video's over. Bye.
Wow,
No, I'm kidding.
okay.
No, we have an outro that we do. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry. We must feed her. And this time, that algorithm is God is Nynaeve. Because she's hungry, but not for what you'd expect.
That she thought was going to eat her.
Yes, the shark that Nynaeve thought was dragging her by her hair through the water.
Truly.
If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
And I need to go take a cold shower.
Yeah.
After that chapter.
True.
1,700. In what world would I never would have guessed more than 500.
Yeah. I was like 400. I'm being generous, but 400.
The White Tower is... We'll see you guys tomorrow for book club.
Bye, guys.
Bye.